Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for having me today. So thanks for introducing. My name's Ashley. I'm the production manager at G10. Okay, I'm quite aware that a lot of people in this building have never heard of G10. Okay, what we are, we're a big green building opposite Tesco in Brockworth. Okay, inside that building, we make some really, really important things for the automotive industry. As you can see from the screen here, we have the body shell of the Civic. Anything underneath the colourful panels, what we call A-class panels, we produce for a range of different automotive companies. We use large stamping machines, what we call presses. These presses exert tonnage up to 2,500 tonne on each individual little component on that car. We then robotically assemble those components into what we call sub-assemblies using a vast array of fastening techniques, and we then ship them to our customers inclusive of Jaguar Land Rover, Toyota, BMW, Tesla, and those alike. Okay, and these go globally. We're a large business. We are 29 companies worldwide, 29 facilities, including one R&D. And the reason I'm here today is to talk about opportunities and the opportunities that have made themselves present to me during my early career, and also some of the changes that I've made during my early start in engineering. So I'm going to take you back to school. So my school years were, I was a little bit fortunate because I thought I knew what I wanted to do. And that was teaching. Teaching played a huge part. I had some really good mentors at school through secondary and primary. And they actually inspired me to become a teacher. So I spoke to a lot of careers advisors, a lot of people in that I thought could help me out. And these teachers and these career advisors led me down the route of college, university, to become a qualified teacher. Upon doing that, I went through and I started enjoying it at college, took it to university where I realized that I was actually going into debt for this, and also making a few changes along the way to things like curriculum and things like that. Upon submitting my dissertation, I thought I'd take a little bit of time to reevaluate what it was I actually wanted out of a career. I had some other influences in my life, like my father, who was an engineer, a very good one as well, who always said I'd be an engineer because of my hobbies. I raced motorbikes, I raced bikes, I tinkered, I dissected things and took things apart and put them back together, but I never ever listened to that. Upon completing my dissertation, like I said, I did reevaluate what I was actually doing and if it was something I really wanted to do. And at that point, I was really unsure. I thought, I got this dialed here, get the PGC out the way and I can go straight into a teaching job. It actually wasn't that easy for me. So I then started exploring different options and different opportunities with always the degree to fall back on into teaching. This is where I took some advice from people like my father and some local businesses where they actually pushed me forward and made me look at things like apprenticeships. So I did that. I then come across GTEC Europe, who were looking for their second batch ever of apprentices. So I jumped on the bandwagon to see if I could make an opportunity there. As you can imagine, my CV didn't read of that of an engineer. It read of that of a teacher who was quite set in their ways back then. I had passed all the STEM subjects at GCSE, and I did show a lot of interest in that side of things, which led me to actually gain a position with as a apprentice toolmaker with G10. The tool making side of things is not that of making spanners and hammers. It is that of making our impressed dies that go inside our presses using things like CNC machines, similar to this of Renishaw. Also using the computer aided design side of things, and also a lot of bench fitting and welding and hand laborious jobs that really set you up for a good career. So I started that. I went into my BTEC Level 2, BTEC Level 3, alongside my MVQs, and then passed through into my HNC level. This sets me up for the reason that I've done all this. I really found with an apprenticeship within engineering, you get the best of both worlds. You get not only the impractical skill, along with a monetary reward, but also the educational side where you're actually sent back to college. You understand from a college perspective, you get that experience. A lot of people find going into the manufacturing industry very, very daunting. These big companies come in, let's get you working, but you've never actually been involved or exposed to that before. It's not that daunting with apprenticeships. You have mentors, you have people around you that actually guide you and help you to make the most out of the opportunities that present themselves to you. So I did my toolmaking apprenticeship. I was then asked and passed an opportunity to join the commercial division within GTEC. Commercial division is so far different to that of a toolmaker. Commercial division is that of negotiating business. It's that of quoting business. It's that of going to the automotive customers and actually seeing what opportunities there are for value add within the business. So I did that, and that was so far out of my comfort zone, it was unbelievable, but it was an opportunity that I saw would yield me a benefit in the future. And those benefits come from the commercial division, not only in the fact that I was then able to talk about the business, but I had this really strong background of mechanical principles and mechanical engineering that I took from the apprenticeship and obviously the tool room as well. And I was able to slowly elevate myself within the commercial world. From that point then, I was recognised as having a little bit of skill in there, so they tell me. And I was then made the commercial manager of GTEC, to where I was then seconded into different places throughout the world. I've done a stint in Japan. I was in Berlin last week. I've been in all over the place. I did a big secondment in Slovakia whilst we were setting up a new facility. And these are, again, opportunities. And the opportunities, please think about them, okay? Not every opportunity is in your benefit, but it is an opportunity to learn, okay? And that's where the benefit really comes, okay? Knowledge is key, as we all try and tell ourselves, okay? From that position then, I was actually seconded into a different area of the business. We started with a new customer, and that meant we had to build a new facility. It was a £30 million investment where we were going to put all of our latest technology. And because of all these different skills that I brought up, I then was asked to manage that facility as a production and factory manager. So some of the images you can see here are of that facility. I'm still doing that to this day, very much enjoying it. But all of these wouldn't have been present without those opportunities that I'd taken from the tool room and also from the little wins that I got throughout my career. Being that of a production manager now, I am in charge of over 200 people across departments. They all come together within what we call our Plant 4 facility, which is that one there with the big solar array on. And we produce just over 70,000 pieces per day from that facility through our presses and through our robot lines. Manufacturing is so key to the UK business, and without young people, I know we've all touched on it, but without young people coming in and taking the skills of our older members of staff and our some of the people that may be retiring, even into management director level, we need the young people coming in behind all that to soak up that knowledge and take all of our businesses forward, not just the automotive industry, but also engineering in general. Okay, and that's why this is so important, that obviously you're all here today to understand and to listen to us all and just hopefully feel a little bit inspired. The big thing for me is that I really want to try and get across that opportunities, however big, however small, have been presented to you because you deserve the opportunities. Okay, they don't come to everyone. And that's the reason that they're called opportunities. All right, so just take one of them, run with it. If you don't like it, cool. That's knowledge. Knowledge is gained by taking those experiences, okay? And that will be all from me. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening.